Welcome back to This Week in Crime, everybody. I'm your host, Steve. I'm here with the mulleted madman himself.
Saul Trujillo.
We got Katie on the ones and twos.
Hello.
Recorded live at the Comedy Store Studios basement. We're back, baby. How you been, man?
Pretty good, man. Still riding high. Riding high, dude.
What happened?
Recorded for Comedy Central featuring.
Ooh-wee.
Old Fatso's coming up, huh? I like it. Had a lot of fun.
How do you do? Who else was on it? I think our next guest was on it.
Oh yeah, Cheny was on it.
Jason Cheny was on it. Yeah.
I respected him too because he was like far off, like maybe 20 paces away, smoking a cigarette. We're both on the same
Very Asian
show. yeah. On
He's
top
squatting.
Of the milk crate. Yeah,
he's squatting and drinking.
I'm like, take that line cook apron off.
He's having coffee and smoking cigarettes.
And I'm like 20 paces away, smoking a joint. Like more people are like, oh, go smoke with him. Like, no. We leave our own headspace. We're on our own headspaces.
You smoked weed before you went on stage?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I figured don't change anything about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause if I didn't smoke weed, I'd be all like, fun. I was loose. It was good. I was just genuinely myself.
Yeah.
I don't go up there all sober because it's important. Who do you think you are, Comedy Central?
I heard that Saul got 3 applause breaks.
Yeah, he heard it from me.
No, I heard it from a lot of people, actually. I heard you murdered.
Yeah, me and then Meredith. Meredith also,
Casey,
yeah,
dude.
Meredith Casey crushed hard.
And then you told me that you went out for a very fancy dinner afterwards. Can we
Look,
hear about that,
there
please?
was catering from like Portos. There was catering from all these like nice places. There was like salmon and like couscous up there and all sorts of snacks. And then like
couscous?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I didn't know Comedy Central had couscous money anymore.
Yeah, they got couscous money, dog. They got little cheese crumbles on the side money.
Damn.
Salads.
This is crazy. Big
then,
leagues.
my goddamn manager swooped me up and we went to a Astros diner, which is like a pretty good diner, but it's just like,
It's okay.
It's us and like meth heads are coming off. They just they need potatoes and eggs to come.
Astro or Aster?
Astro.
Oh, Astro. I thought you were saying Aster, and I was like, oh, this must be a fancy one.
No,
I haven't.
Astros.
No, Astro. Yes.
Yeah, everybody knows Astros.
Astro, yeah.
Everybody goes to Astros.
They
man.
got Astros is kind of like bootleg Cheesecake Factory in the sense that they have everything.
They do have everything.
Like you want shawarma, you want a burrito, they've got it.
I got like ham and eggs, and then across from your manager got a gyro with fried. All right.
Yep.
And then next to us it was like a roast beef sandwich with like house salad with beets on it. They put beets in their house salad, which is a weird move.
Mediterraneans, man, they like to fuck with beets. A lot of pickled beets.
It's not. I don't like it.
I'm not a beet guy. Tastes like the blood of dirt.
Yeah. So then I got teased by everybody here at the store because most people were like, "Did you get drunk? Did you celebrate?" I was like, "Nah, man. I went grocery shopping and I made a brisket
and ate eggs
and watched Game of Thrones."
That's not bad.
That's the way
it's
I
old.
celebrate.
It's definitely old. Like my dad would do the same thing,
Me and your dad are on the same wavelength, dude. But no, man, it was a surreal experience, and I'm very lucky to have done it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very proud of you, man. Good to see. I've been doing a little road action here.
Dude, stay on the road.
I've been doing a lot of road. I was in Oklahoma. Shout out to Oklahoma. Went to a rural little city. And the guy was paying me quite a bit of money for 2 shows.
I mean, no offense to Oklahoma, but that's quite a trek from California, right?
It is. And when I got to go farther at this point, if I could, I'm at a point now where I would rather make $500 in LA than $1,200, like a 4-hour plane ride away.
You'll be proud of me. I said no to one of the casinos that we used to do. He made the offer.
Oh, yeah?
The one in Reading.
Oh, yeah.
He made the offer, and then I looked at it. I was like, "What would Steve do here?" Steve would go fuck yourself.
I would go. I know what I do is I always go. This is my thing. I always go. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for thinking of me. What I got a rule now. If I drive somewhere, I need at least $2 to $2.50 a mile.
Yeah.
So in LA, if I get paid $20, it's within 10 miles. That's fine. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
But if I'm going 400 miles,
it's a 9-hour drive.
A 9-hour drive, dog. You need to pay me $1,000 at least.
And then people probably think it's like an ego thing. It's not an ego thing. It's at this point, it's wear and tear on your car
and your body.
Yeah, and the budget that they give you isn't a lot, and plus out of that budget, you have to chip it off to a feature.
Yep.
So you're not making any money.
And you're driving. A lot of people, they're like, oh wow, you're getting paid $1,000 for an hour of your time. It's like, no, I'm getting paid $1,000 for the 18 hours of driving I did.
Yeah.
And the hour I was there. And I'm getting paid for all the money that I could have been making somewhere else.
Yeah, 100%. Or like at the store,
At the comedy store,
yeah,
or me running my own
hourly
show.
Wage,
Yeah.
just be fine.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I'm starting to use old mentality coming up in Sacramento. They'd be like, do all the gigs.
Yes.
No matter how far. Montana,
Yeah.
500, do all the gigs. I don't know if like the new generation's not built like that, but I feel like, nah, man, I'm not driving that far because I'm starting to phase out of that. You've been phased out of that.
Yeah. Since the pandemic. But before the pandemic, I was doing it. But it's just like, we're getting older.
100%.
We're getting more renowned.
I'm not a gambling addict anymore, and I don't cheat on my wife, so I don't need to be on the road.
Yeah. So the reason I'm going on the road, and also, you're not going on the road anymore to build a fan base.
No.
Because if you put out one clip, let's say it doesn't even go that well, it gets like 20,000 views. That more people saw that clip than if you did 100 shows in whatever town you're going into.
Yeah.
Or maybe not 100, maybe like 50 or 30.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not going to build an audience that way. So the only reason that you go on the road now is for money. So if I'm not getting the money, then I don't want to do it.
100%. And the beauty of these clips now is that they've turned into songs that people want to listen to. Like I get all insecure in my head about like, oh, I don't want to do this joke. They've heard it before. And then someone will come more. Some people go, oh, you've done that joke before. I've heard it. But more than anything, they're like, how come you didn't do this?
Oh, that's
How
fun.
come you didn't do that? And that's because of the Reels generation. That really, and then I was like, that's the benefit of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I try to at least I think I'm going to go on the plan of like the 45 minutes every like 2.5 years. Or like if you see me, I'm going to come with 22 of stuff you've already heard. Yeah. And I'll try and come with another 22 of stuff you didn't hear. And then the next year, the stuff that you didn't hear the year before would be the stuff that you heard there. And I'll do another 22.
Unless you have like an iconic joke like the machine.
Yeah.
Then people just pay you to
or
just do
salad.
the machine. Yeah. And then that's it.
Yeah, I always think I was like, the most iconic jokes of all time to me would be tater salad, the machine.
Jay Larson's Wrong Number. That's a low key one. Have you heard that one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, that's what I really remember Jay from.
Yeah, Bernie Mac's like busted head to the white meat show, where milk and cookies.
Just saying it so deadpan, busted head to the white meat
show. Milk and cookies. These are like iconic jokes that people. I mean, if it's good enough, people can hear it again. But a lot of times,
Tortilla Boy,
little Tortilla Boy,
man. When Pablo was there, they're like Tortilla Boy. They were screaming it.
I still like when I used to open for Pablo and I respect him a lot, and he's a little different now than he used to be. So then sometimes when people see him now, I'm like, listen, you got to see what this was. And I put it on and be like, this guy was the fucking man back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, he ripped. I loved him.
So I was in Oklahoma City.
Uh-huh.
Did a very small town, got paid good money for it. Each show had probably 30 people there. So I'm wondering, why is this happening? Turns out, so there's a group of lawyers in a small town. Yeah, I've never really been to a true small town, like a 3-street town, like
Mayberry?
downtown. Yeah, like Mayberry kind of thing. So what happened was it was kind of a dead town, and these different lawyers went and bought all the buildings and put in like a fancy coffee shop, bunch of weed places. By the way, Oklahoma has more weed stores than I've ever seen anywhere in my life. I'm talking every corner has a weed shop in it because it's unregulated.
Whoa.
But they don't have enough people to smoke the weed because everyone's all like Republican over there. So they're just like these giant weed shops everywhere.
Just weed on the ground.
Yeah, it's just everywhere. It was crazy. So these lawyers buy all these buildings, and then they use the profits or the losses on their buildings just to be tax breaks from their lawyering shit. So they go, what we do also is we throw these parties or these festivals, and whatever money we do on that, we use it as a tax break. So he's like, that's how I was able to pay you.
They cleaning their money.
Yeah, they're cleaning their money. I was like, this is weird, but then I saw enough of them, and I was still like, this is still weird. But I was like, no, these guys are actual lawyers. It was very interesting. And then I just went to Salt Lake City. That was fun. Got to do it with Pete Lee. Such a great club. Wise guys, man.
Yeah?
Wow. Yeah, they're building a ton of them. They're building another Vegas one. They're building another one in Salt Lake City.
Not as many dispensaries.
Not as fun in Salt Lake City. Oh, my God. I've never had to piss more in Salt Lake City. So their drinks, they only can give you one shot at a time.
Ooh.
Even in a drink. So I didn't know that, but I was ordering talls. So I was just smashing like, a pint of
like
carbonated water.
Carbonated water with a little bit of Tequila.
I drank 12 and I didn't feel anything. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And it's just because you can't get drunk in Salt Lake City.
You're just all burpy and fucking bubbly. That's it, and bloated. You're like, how come I'm not fucked up?
rough.
My stomach hurts real bad.
It was rough.
That's what's funny is I only say clean and money because it's almost a different. Almost a different type of energy. Like I did a show in Stockton at a theater, and I was opening up for a bigger guy. Yeah, like a big. I don't think he cares about. A bigger guy, and the theater sits 1,200 people. There was 137 people there, and the promoter, who apparently does these theater gigs all up and down, dude, he was happy. He was like paying everybody. He paid me $1,000. This happened like 5 years ago. 50s, clean 50s in an envelope. He paid everybody like $1,000, and I was counting. I was like, there's 137. He's like happy, and I was like, oh, he's cleaning his money.
Yep, he just said it was a sold out show. He bought all of his own tickets.
All the tickets, and he's cleaning his money.
It's a great idea to clean. I mean, that's a big thing in comedy, especially in the 80s. Was like you hear people would go to a comedy club and they'd either get paid in cocaine or money, and it's like you could just it's an easy place to fudge numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you buy your own tickets, and say you sold 400 tickets, $20 a piece, that's $8,000 right there. You just put in your pocket that you could have cleaned.
It was like drug dealers too, who go to the Cameo Club in Stockton or the Lodi card room in Lodi, and I'd be playing blackjack, maybe $20 a hand, and these fools would be playing $1,200 a hand.
Damn, in a little bar?
Rolls, just norteños with fucking just right there losing, winning. They didn't give a fuck because they're just...
Yeah, you can't do anything with that money otherwise.
Yeah, it was incredible.
So why don't we get started with the podcast?
Let's go, baby.
Up next is a good friend of ours. Just recorded Comedy Central debut. Give it up for Jason Cheny.
Get him framed in. See how handsome he is? Get him framed in. He's good?
What's going on, bud?
I just came in from my car.
Nice. Not many people do that. That's
Boy,
the crazy
are my
thing.
arms tired.
It's the crazy thing about Jason. He rides in a car.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, okay, welcome, dude.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for doing
Thank
the
you for
podcast,
having me.
man.
It's so nice.
Yeah. You were just on.
Dude, you guys came a really long way. Because I remember it was just it was just in your
Yeah,
studio.
it's a different podcast
You made a
now.
studio.
Did you read the prompt at all?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I read it yesterday and today.
Yeah, so this one's more of just crimes, whereas
Yeah.
that one was kind of like a
It was
deep
drugs
in depth.
more.
Drug dealers.
But this is many of them, yeah.
This is like we really just try to go as fun as we can with this.
I can't
horrible
believe there's that many crazy things.
This is from like April 20th to now.
Wow. I thought some of them was like archived
No.
from 20 years ago.
No, the world
That
is
is like
insane.
happening
The
now.
world is insane,
Like
especially the last one is my favorite.
Yeah, Steve, like he was like, dude, I'm so excited about this one. I was like, all right.
Well, I think that's going to be on the next episode, so make sure you tune in next week. But this week, we got pretty good, too. Starting off with, this one isn't illegal, but it feels like it should be. Spanish TV star says her adopted baby was conceived using her late son's sperm. Which leads everyone to the question, how do you have your son's sperm?
Man, what a backup plan.
What a backup plan.
Real cum safety net.
Imagine you love your son so much you save his cum rags.
Is that how she's doing it?
She's just wringing it out.
In a little jar.
Getting the socks right out of his
Doing it because I love you, son.
Get out of my dirty clothes.
In case you die, I want to be able to have another son with your cum.
Oh my God.
I wonder if she would be really sad if it was like, it doesn't look like her son. Do you know what I mean? Like, because sometimes, yeah.
It was maybe her son was gay and it was a different guy's semen. So I didn't know my son was Chinese. A 68-year-old Spanish TV actress said that her newly adopted daughter was conceived using her dead son's frozen sperm and is in fact her granddaughter, reigniting a debate over the bioethics of surrogacy and children's rights to privacy in Spain.
What do they mean by frozen sperm? Like she had it like in her Kenmore? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's like, don't use that ice tray. Use that ice tray.
He's like, what's the deal with this bacon fat in here? What's going on in here?
I don't care if she's your grandmother or granddaughter or what it is. My question is, my boys, how do you think she got her son's sperm? Well, I guess it was frozen.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Are you guys putting your mom as an emergency contact on your frozen sperm donation?
She's my number one at the sperm bank. Yeah. I don't understand. And just thinking about my mom being near my sperm,
I'd rather be dead.
I'd rather be dead. Like, I want my sperm and my mom as like in different
Counties,
miles away. You know.
You think she had consent? Like, hey, can I get some sperm? Or did she? Was it a theft?
Oh, I like that. She come through the fucking roof like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, she's like, well, he's like, we want to like put it in a jar. She said, I could take it from the spout, whatever, however you want it, like
Like a lemonade at someone's house.
construction worker water, just like get out of here.
The weeks-old baby named Anna Sandra, it's kind of a fun name, was born to a surrogate mother identified on Wednesday by the Lecturas magazine as a Cuban woman living in Miami, Florida. The girl isn't my daughter, but my granddaughter, TV actress Anna Oregon told Celebrity Magazine Hola in an interview, posing with the baby for the cover. Me, boys, is this okay? When the son is going to be like 12, you think she's going to be like, your dad was my son? Or daughter, I mean.
It's a weird like looper situation, you know what I mean? It's terrible. It's not okay. I think it's very weird and it's like she's a Spanish actress, like a novella.
Yeah,
it's just the most chisme. Like
this does sound like a telenovela.
Que no. Like,
Ay Dios mío.
Ay Dios mío, el sperm.
I just wonder how he's gonna be like in class. They're like, "Hey, who's your mom?" And
yep.
they go, "My mom." And who's your dad? And they go,
"Me."
I love too. Yeah, it's like you think about that, like when they go in to do a family tree, and his is mainly just roots. Goes down a lot more than it ever gets very high.
Circle. It's just a circle that leads back to him. Oh my God.
This is what she wrote too. If that was my son's last will and testament, how could I not do it? She said, adding that only parents who had lost a child have a right to express an opinion on the matter. So this is what actually happened. To make it a little more sadder and make it more real. What happened is her son, Alice Laquillo, had cancer.
Oh, okay. Now I feel bad.
It's still weird and creepy, dude. I don't know. But you know why I don't feel bad? Because he was related to his father to the King of Spain.
Oh,
King
so they're
Felipe
rich.
They're creepy rich. This is creepy rich people stuff, as you can
I'm
tell.
thinking old poor people trying to like do all the weird jizz thing that we just did. But
yeah.
Okay, so it's science.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely rich people shit. Poor people would just either just have another kid, you know?
Yeah.
Also, she's like, what, 68 and he was 27, so she had him at 41?
That's what they had to do the surrogate, or else she can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's going to raise a kid. She's going to raise her son's.
But before, like in England, they all, or I don't know.
They fuck each other.
Yeah, they fuck each other. That's even, but at least this was really progressive of her. Be like, hey, I'll just take the sperm and then,
Nah, don't let science intervene, dude. If you can't have it, you can't have it. It's not our fault the soil's bad, all right?
Yeah.
Or the seed's bad or whatever. If it doesn't grow, it doesn't grow. You can't just be like, I want a child. Nah.
Especially from your dead son.
Yeah,
I mean,
of all people.
Like, if you need a son and you got to go through in vitro and stuff like that, cool. But if he's dead, God, I mean, just like.
Where's the king's semen at? Do we like not? Yeah, where's
bring
that
the
guy?
king. How's King Philip doing? Ola reported on March 29th that Obregon had adopted a child born through a surrogate pregnancy in Miami, sparking a debate in Spain where all form of surrogacy, including so-called altruistic ones where no money exchanges hands, are illegal. Boys, would you get a clone of something you loved, and if so, why would it be me? No. Would you guys do it to a dog or your wife or maybe your kid? I mean, you're a new father.
Yeah, no, man,
Sounds
because
freaky. Though.
Yeah, because if it's what if the gene wasn't the same?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And but every time you look at it, even though they're the exact same, but you're like, well, you're the second one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're
like, well, he's like, why'd you call me Deuce? And you're like, I don't want to talk about it.
2.0. 2.0.
Also, though, like, let's say, okay, like you clone somebody, they look the same, but the personality isn't. So what happens if it just ruins the vibe of the old guy, Like if it was like, this Jason is super cool, but then the next one is like
a psychopath.
A psychopath, like creep.
You
and
can't.
You just ruin the name of the other guy.
Just
Well,
you go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go
Well, what if the second one is cooler and the first one is garbage? Then you're like, oh, good, because that one I don't miss too much
that's
anymore.
a good one. You're like, I didn't. I just kind of upgraded to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's kind of like an iPhone. It's like an iPhone. It's gonna have some bugs at first, but you get it.
You figured it out.
Hit him in the gym.
I'd like to think my wife will clone me. Like there's a jar, like a little mulleted me in a jar,
Yeah.
just like in liquid in goo.
It's in pork fat. It's in lard. You're just floating in
Just
lard.
my own jizz. Like that's how you preserve them.
All right. Up next, we are banging through this one. One of my favorites. It's everybody's favorite. What does it look like? She did. Case Katie wants a little peekaboo.
Yeah.
A little peekaboo. I love it. She definitely looks like Saul if he put on a little makeup. You know,
A
just
little
tried
bit. You
a
like trying to
little
make
bit
it look
harder.
beautiful. I'm on a date. She looks like she just farted 10 seconds ago. She's got that guilty smile.
Going?
I saw yours earlier.
She's about, dude. She looks like she's about to win prom queen at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
She looks like she slangs the coldest pizza at the middle school cafeteria.
She looks like Artie Lang when he was on Mad TV, doesn't she? She looks terrible.
She isn't opening her mouth because it's dyed with talkies. You can just tell on the corners. On the
Oh my
corners.
god, yeah, it's awful.
She looks like a person that always has a towel around here,
Yeah, for sure. Because
like
you're,
sitting in the
She's all
living room.
sweaty.
you're looking there and there's no straps.
Yeah,
You know,
strapless.
yeah.
She don't even got the tan lines.
So there's something. Yeah.
She got nothing.
She's normally topless.
She's topless alive.
She's
Yeah.
always out the shower.
Your shoulders shouldn't be the same skin color as your face.
Those are some Reno titties right there. Come out like a red carpet.
That's some slot's ass. She looks like your high school. You remember you ever meet a guy and he's like been with a girl since high school and he never brings her around?
Yeah.
And she what she has? She has resting DMV face. She looks like she's about to yell next in a second.
She just stole some steaks from Food for Less, dog, in her purse. What did she do, Steve?
October 17th. This one is a little bit older. You're right, buddy. 2022. Naked woman chases Jehovah Witnesses off her porch and down the street by yelling, "Succumb to my devil vagina magic."
Jesus.
Sold.
Good for her. I love her.
I know. To go from Fillmore, California, to go from us making fun of this woman to me looking up to her might be a This Week in
I
Crime
take
first.
everything back.
Yeah.
I take everything back.
Yeah, she's looking like she's about to get wifed up by me. Come here, girl. Bring that devil magic pussy over here. Brandy Williams has been taken to Ventura County Jail after an altercation involving 2 Jehovah Witnesses. Miss Williams was seen running naked after 2 young men on bicycles who were going door to door to spread the message of Christ in her neighborhood.
Rudely. They don't ever
Yeah.
pounding doors and they come up pamphlets rudely. Have you done any when I was living with my mom, we had a Virgin Mary out front because my crazy Catholic. It was like no other religions are allowed. It would say in Spanish at all. It's like because we will we were gonna be rude to you with the Virgin Mary on it. It's fucking wild.
Dude, I told you he was naked. She was naked most of the time.
You did call it.
Yeah.
She's got top towel energy. You know what the interesting thing? You know, people talk shit about Jehovah's Witnesses, and I think that's because they're the only religion where you can dupe people into door-by-door sales.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine believing in a God because someone dressed as like a Cheesecake Factory waiter came to your house?
I'd let him in though. I'd give him some lemonade. I'd talk about the good word of the Cheesecake Factory.
You guys get you a real job because this whole bike thing with helmets. You're both grown men. You shouldn't be wearing helmets.
I feel like there's more guilt too. Like with
Jehovah's Witness.
Or the more guilt to have to let them in because they're like, oh, this is for God.
I would never let him in.
I would never let him in.
Oh.
Have you let one in before?
No, but I open and I say hello.
You're
I
like,
say
"No, but
thank
I'm
you."
pretty sweet.
No, I say thank you for doing it, but thank you so much.
I feel like Jason's like, I am interested in some pamphlets. He's texting me. He's got like 5,000. Okay, this is a question, boys. Let's say it's your first date and the girl says she has a record, but it's for running with her titties out and yelling at Jehovah's Witnesses. Green or red flag?
Green flag. Green. I'd try to get her pregnant then and there.
Yeah.
Like, let me see those Jehovah's Witness titties.
Yeah. I'd be like, this is the first thing we have in common.
I too have done that.
I also have chased Jehovah Witnesses with my tits out.
So put that in the Tinder profile. You know, that's deep cut.
That's second day. I'll put it in the Bumble. Takes a little more personality in the Bumble. What about you? You liking that, or you're kind of reserved?
Well,
I couldn't see Carrie doing that.
if it was like a roommate, then yeah, I think that's really nice.
That's a great roommate.
Yeah, that's a really good roommate, because then it's like she has the breasts out, and then the Jehovah's was like, no, I don't believe in that, and then she's like, no, but we're just trying to be free. But then they would never come back.
Cheney still says hello.
Yeah, this is my
Still pretty
he opens it. I like it. This is my roommate. She just comes out. Look at my devil pussy.
Releases her like a pit bull. I was like, hold on, you want to talk to her real quick?
Do you have a dog? No, but I do have Brandy Williams. She wants to talk to you real quick about her devil vagina magic. Miss Williams thought it would be funny to answer the door in the nude and shock these young men. The two men sat stunned for a brief moment, probably the first tits they've ever seen, before running to their bicycles. They're familiar with folks being rude. What Miss Williams did next went a little too far, says Deputy Sheriff McEwen. Boys, and Katie, actually, Katie, you can ask, do you think it's okay to answer the door in the nude?
Probably not.
No.
Because you don't know if it's going to be, you know, a Jehovah's Witness, a Girl Scout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Then you get hit with those charges real quick. So
Good point. Didn't think about kids.
Never know.
yeah.
Them Girl Scouts were on my property.
That's what I also think.
On my property. They come here. You want to sell your cookies?
Yeah. I don't go to the grocery store naked in front and go.
Exactly.
That's different.
It's like owning a gun. You know, I'm gonna come out either naked or with a gun. It's still on
Hopefully
my
both.
land. Yeah. It's on my land.
Me, nude. I would never answer the door nude, but I would tuck my dick like Buffalo Bill. But I think walking up to someone's house is like kind of like, you know, going into a cave. Like you can't get mad at what's the other side of that, you know?
Yeah.
Like you're taking a risk.
You are.
You're on
Yeah.
someone else's
You
property.
are.
If they want to be naked, don't go up to that person's door.
I find it weird when people are just comfortable walking on other people's lawns.
Yeah.
Just like I'm still kind of like anxious of like ringing a doorbell. Like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's weird. I don't know. I could never solicit anything for the fear of someone like myself coming out and showing their penis. Yeah.
You know what always got me is when someone would park in my driveway. Does that ever bother anybody else? No?
What do you
A
mean,
little
What do you
bit.
mean by part? Like just
Like
a
if you had
guess?
friends come over
Oh.
and they parked in your driveway.
Oh, I correct it right away.
Yeah, you can't
Like
park
no. You go to the
in the
streets.
street,
What are you
dog.
talking about? You don't live here.
My dad has rules on whose houses you can even park in front of on the street. Yeah,
That's
he's like,
really nice.
He's like, Gary, we don't like Gary. He doesn't like us. Don't park in front of him. But Samantha and them are cool. You can park in front of their house.
Really? So, but it's the public
I don't
street.
care though. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll park in front
Will
of
he
Gary's
get
house
out
and
and tell
piss on his
someone?
lawn. No, but he'll be like, you know, you shouldn't park there. Gary's kind of an asshole. I'm like, oh fuck up, Gary. Oh, my dad has a neighbor. I almost beat this dude's ass multiple times.
Do tell.
He looks kind of like a little Mario. He's got a big bushy mustache, but it's gray, and he's just an asshole. And he's the kind of guy who would like when he does his lawn. My dad's tree's kind of big. He'll first brush all the leaves that came off of my dad's tree back onto his lawn,
What?
rather than just like mowing your lawn and picking it up. So there'll be you can see a line that the
What
guy
the
did.
hell?
So yeah,
That's so petty.
it's so, and there was no beef that we started. This guy just started the game with beef.
Why?
I don't know. And then he almost beat his ass one time because I guess my little stepsisters were having a party one time or something. And he called her a whore.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And I walked over and I was like, "You ever speak to them again? I'll beat your fucking ass. I'll rip your mustache off and I'll shove it down your fucking throat."
You said that?
Exactly?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Well,
Allegedly.
I'll tell it to his face. That guy sucked. But what's crazy is he's like the nicest wife.
What the
That comes over still, and he's like just starting wars with us.
Yeah, but she's all, but I'm a little whore, you know. I want those leaves in the corner. I tell him to pick it up, but whatever.
Next one.
Yeah.
Texas man has been sentenced to 70 years in prison for spitting at police. 36-year-old Larry Pearson was sentenced to 70 years in prison this week after he was found guilty of harassing a public servant for spitting at a Lubbock, Texas police officer. Pearson's had prior convictions of aggravated battery and continuous family violence. 70 years for spitting for a cop. You hope it was a loogie, right? Like, if you're going to go to jail for 70 years, you don't want one of those, like, spits.
But I feel like you'll be so nervous that it will be like spits. Because then if you hawk one, that's like...
Wait, what's
don't
the
think I
difference
have one.
between a loogie and a
like
That's a loogie.
Oh, yeah.
like a
It's just
solid...
kind of like Triple H.
Yeah,
There's not really much to it. It's frothy.
But I feel like it's more disrespectful for the spray. Like if somebody was
Really?
like, "Pih," and then it sprays, I'm like, whoa, dude. But if it's a
That
loogie, then-
loogie? Oh, you got hit with like a fucking paintball? That would suck.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're fucking cannonballing.
Yeah.
I know.
You're, going, you're using the force from your throat to go forward. It
But it's more
sucks.
precise, and then you could just go like this. Do you know what I mean? And then a spray is like on your whole thing.
Oh, so it's like a shotgun.
It's like
versus a
shotgun,
bullet.
and it's like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
I gotta clean it up. and everything.
I've like, yeah, we're spitting on a cop, but at the same time, I put myself in those cop shoes, and it's like, life in jail.
Yeah.
Anybody spits on me. Anybody spits on me. What's the inside of your mouth looking like? You know?
Yeah.
For every dead tooth and
Yeah.
gum cut, you get a year in jail.
Well, that's also the difference. You know, the spray is your mouth. The loogie
Is
your
from the inside.
chest. That's like the innards of a man.
But that's more
That's your
organic, I feel
waist.
like. Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Do you guys have any spitting stories? You ever been spit on? You ever spit on someone?
Oh, this is the thing. I hate when people they talk, but then they spit on you. But it was an accident. But then what do you guys do? Do you guys address it? Like, how big is the spit that you're like, oh, I have to address this now?
You give
and
them
how?
one?
Huh?
Yeah, I give
You
him
give
one.
him one.
One spit?
Yeah.
But how big? What if it was a big spit?
Well, he's gonna loogie on you.
No,
You-
there's
you
no
go, "Why'd you
loogie.
loogie on me?"
No, just he's excited about the story. He's like, yeah, and the car, and then it flew from his throat and onto your hand.
I'll do a little one. I'll be like, hey, buddy, watch yourself now. You know, just a little quick one. Whoa! Like a little horse or something. Hey!
Turn the sprinklers off, Chief. I didn't know it was on. I didn't know we got him on.
Well, mine's my biggest one, and do you guys spit while you do stand-up sometimes? Like out your
On
mouth?
accident.
Yeah.
Two
When
times. You
too
get passionate
excited.
two
It's
times.
only happened 2 times?
Yeah,
It happens,
I
like,
see
once
it
a set.
hit I saw it hit a lady on the head once.
Yeah.
I went puh, and I saw it hit her head, and I went, and she's just like laughing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I don't know if they
"Thank
can
God."
see it like I can see it.
Because there's lights. You
Yeah.
can see your own spit come out. With
Hit a person on her.
I
like,
see it
her
all the
head.
time. Yeah.
on people?
Oh, yeah. I would say I spit on someone once a set.
What? Do you do this too?
Yes.
Whoa, I've never
You've never seen it?
seen it onto somebody, but I
yeah.
see myself spit on.
Well, a lot of
somebody.
times you can just go to the trajectory because once it
Trajectory.
leaves the lights,
Yeah, then it's on them.
then it's like, I'm guessing it hit him.
Yeah, it's like a Gallagher show with me. I'm just
Yeah.
spitting on everybody. Everybody's getting front row. Everybody's
We're
getting
fucking Larry Pearson up there just spitting on people like they're cops. I have a spit story.
Run it.
Oh.
I was in a mall chilling, and I kept feeling water on me. Oh. And I look up, and a little kid was fucking spitting on me.
Dude.
And I lost it. And I sprinted up to get this kid. And I mean sprint. And I was still like 27.
But what was you?
So like, I was a grown man about to fuck up this tent. Not fuck him up.
How old was he?
12 to 14.
A Dennis
Oh,
the
damn.
Menace.
Yeah.
You're really just spitting.
Like
on
the
you.
kind of age where you
They know what they're doing.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you would have been able to get hit, but
Yeah.
not now. So I grabbed him. I grabbed him by the arm, hard as fuck, and I picked him up and I said, "Where the fuck is your mother?" And she was in a store, and I brought her to mama. I said, "Your kid has been spitting on people and me," and I kind of tossed him to him, and I walked out.
Fuck.
Damn.
I'm like the chillest person ever, and then I'll lose it, and then it's just.
But if your kid is spitting on multiple people, and I feel like the mom isn't gonna be like, "How could you?" It's just gonna be like, "Don't do it."
She's me like, "That's Tony."
Yeah, yeah.
She's like,
yeah,
"That
yeah.
sounds like my kid."
Yeah.
We had a messy divorce, and now he spits on people in the mall.
Throw him back. He's like, he's autistic. You go, oh, well.
Well, I just beat up an autistic kid. Then. All right, on to the next one.
Oh, this one's crazy.
This one's pretty good. Texas man who bragged about stealing $50,000 from the Mexican cartel goes missing 2 hours later.
You don't say. You don't say.
The cartel reacts quicker than the police.
That's quick, dog.
A man from Texas has gone missing after bragging about stealing $50,000 from a Mexican drug cartel, according to reports. Per the Laredo Morning Times, Eric Tadeo Ramirez was at a house party on March 23rd in Laredo, Texas, which is just about a mile away from the border crossing in Mexico, when he was overheard talking on his phone about getting away with a large sum of money.
This whole thing is stupid. Like, the guy is... Why would you flaunt about it? You know where you're at. That's number one. And number two, it's like... I feel like this is a publicity for the Mexican cartel, just to let people know.
I like that.
Hey,
It's a plant. It's a
yeah,
plant.
it's a commercial. Yeah, just be like, hey guys, just want to let you know we're faster than the police. Just want to let you know that.
Listen, we will get you before they get you.
Yeah.
And
We're not gonna let them get you.
Yeah,
we're gonna get
you.
Yeah.
Wait into like 1,000 miles and go to a soundproof room, and then brag to one person that you trust.
Yeah.
Who are you You're at their doorstep.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you know what the cartel just did? They ran out and said, "Look at my devil vagina magic." Succumb to my devil vagina magic. And they just murdered this guy for sure.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
This is my question, Kay. Boys, this is one too. You find a duffel bag filled with $50,000, but you know a cartel will be after you or be trying to find it. Do you take it? And if not, how much money would you have and how would you get away?
Dude, $1 million before that, I don't think is worth it. Like 50,000. What are we doing?
No, I know who they are. I'd put a $50 Chick-fil-A gift card in the duffel bag. And then from Saul, I love you. You know what I mean? I would add
Gracias.
to it.
Thanks for all your hard work. Love fentanyl. I don't know why people are saying bad stuff about fentanyl.
The opposite. I'd fucking add to it.
I think $1 million. And I think I'd get a boat.
You take it.
$1 million.
$1 million, yeah. Wow. Wait, you wouldn't take it?
No.
1 million?
How much? 5? You wouldn't take $5 million?
Guys, I'm Mexican and I'm a part of who they are, the blood. I feel the violence. Sometimes I want to when I get cut off in traffic, I want to machete someone's hand off. So I get it. I understand. You know what I mean? The victim. Yeah. No way. I'm not taking 100%. I'm not taking it.
Any amount of money.
Nope. If I know it's cartel related,
Bro, you're scaring me now. Now I don't want to take $1 million now. Now-
According to 2 witness statements, at about 12:45 a.m., 2 hours after he made the call bragging about it, on March 24th, around three masked men pulled up to a house party in search for Ramirez before assaulting him and forcefully placing him into a blue Dodge pickup truck. Imagine the cartel pulls up to your party. There's like, "Where's Jeff?" Everyone's like, "There's Jeff. He's in the back. I love what you guys do. Please don't."
I have 2 Chick-fil-A gift cards for you guys right here.
You say 2 cartel.
Fuck, man.
Surveillance footage obtained by law enforcement shows a man believed to be Ramirez bruised and bloodied as he attempts to exit the moving vehicle, but was pulled back inside the truck as it made its way across the border.
oh, man.
Woo! Just based on all the camera footage you see from the border and people getting abducted from the border, they don't fuck around. They don't. They just have access. California, Arizona, Texas. Shut your mouth. Don't, you know what I mean?
And I don't think like when they don't go, "Oh, we'll just kill you." I think they do stuff before the thing.
You're getting filleted.
Yeah.
Dogs are biting you. One guy, the Chapitos,
They have a Twitch just to show everybody.
do they?
Yeah, they have a Twitch stream just to show everybody what they do.
A joke about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I was what they did. There's cartel talk. You can go on TikTok and there's cartel stuff.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's hard. You get in there and then they show like bulleted up cars and there's guys with like tigers and like gold guns. And
It's
stuff.
why we didn't think your Twitch joke was a joke. I was like, that
Oh,
surprise
yeah,
me.
I was like,
That's
"Oh,
100%.
what?"
So Chapitos are God, what's the most famous guy? Starts with a CH.
The
fuck?
The fuck's his name?
Most famous.
The
Wow,
fuck?
this is wild. Most famous cartel
El
guy
Chapo.
ever. El Chapo. They're all of his sons.
Oh, these guys.
Chapitos are.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
like one of the guys. They're really feuding right now down there, and they say that they're the main ones who started putting fentanyl into stuff,
Yeah.
and the U.S. government's now going after them, which Mexico's saying stay out of our country, and that's why Mexico might go to BRICS soon, the new currency, which would be very bad.
Well, remember what happened to, I don't know if it was Chapito, but when the Mexican police had
Cartel.
him in a house, had him in a house, and then the cartel just destroyed an entire town, getting the kid out. Like they bested the Mexican police.
They launched rocket launchers at a fucking helicopter.
They put on fire buses to block streets. So there was like on fire bus, on fire bus, on fire. It's like something out of a Batman movie.
Crazy.
And they just started spraying into like buildings and shit. And they were like, "This is a warning."
Just to
And
kill
then the
one
police were
guy.
like, okay, you can have the guy
Yeah,
back.
you can have the guy back. That's when you were like, "There's a Twitch stream." I was like, "Oh, I kind of want to see it." And
I know.
it doesn't surprise me.
They got Ninja, that Twitch guy Ninja. He
They got
comes
that
in,
guy upside down like a birria goat. You know what I mean? He's on a tree right
dripping
now.
and stuff. The car in question belonged to the mother of Jonathan Cavrillas, a member of the Cartel de Nuestra, who has since been arrested after attempting to re-enter the U.S. with the same truck at the same port of entry a few days later. Cavrillas said he was aware that Ramirez had stolen $50K from the cartel, but didn't share any detail about his whereabouts of the other men or the other men related to the kidnapping, and they remain at large. He gone.
It's done.
That guy's gone.
And not in a great way. Not like a bullet to the head.
Yeah, that would have been
Something
nice.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something
you
terrible.
like you think like, man, wouldn't a bullet to the head be nice there? Because just
Yeah.
you know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't one of those stories that you showed me the video of like a guy eating some other guy's beating heart?
Yep.
Yeah, it was
That was Cartel Jalisco New Generation. Check out my podcast. I did 2 episodes on these guys. They're like the new one. They're like the biggest one now. They kind of took over Mexico, and they're like they'll take kids, and they'll have them fight, and then the winner has to eat the other person's heart, and that's how you get in the gang.
Oh my God.
They're like the hardest, craziest dudes ever. So here's a question. Let's play a little Would You Rather for a couple of these. Would you rather die of a shark attack in water or a cartel kidnapping?
Shark 100%. Are you kidding me? Take a leg or take whatever the thing.
But you're going to die. No, like you're drowning. But a
You're
shark's eating
100% going to die.
you. Yeah.
There's a chance that the shark attack might be a cartel thing.
It's a cartel shark.
That's a cartel shark.
It's got a Versace kind of like polo on.
A Guadalupe tattoo to the side, like a Virgin Guadalupe. These are cartel sharks. Yeah?
I think I would do the cartel over the shark attack in drowning.
Wait.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because fuck.
I don't know. What a horrible question to even ask.
No, it's an awful question, but I mean, it's gonna be painful regardless.
And then also, I don't speak Spanish, so they're going to be saying some stuff.
That would be that's the
That's
hardest
scary.
torture.
No.
But you speak shark? You're
No, it's more quiet. I like some quiet. No, because the thing is, I don't speak Spanish, so they're going to say a joke, and then they're going to laugh. And then I go, why are they laughing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's more scary. But a shark, you know what you're getting. It's just some teeth. But then with them, it's like there's suspense.
You don't know what they're saying about you. That's the
Yeah.
problem. The shark, I don't need to know. But those guys, they're saying stuff and then like throwing a white boy something.
And with the shark, they still might end up cutting the shark open, and you still might be whole. You're not gonna be whole.
That's
They're
what I'm
gonna
saying.
Chop you up.
Yeah, maybe the shark was super hungry and it just swallows you.
And then you live in there like fucking Moby Dick.
Like Moby.
Pinocchio.
Or Pinocchio.
Yeah. You have a survivor chance, but not.
All right, guys, that's our episode. This one went a little long. Want to give a shout out to Jason, Saul,
Yeah.
Katie on the ones and two, Comedy Store Records. Anything you guys want to plug real quick?
Yeah, I got a Cinco de Mayo show. I'm doing it at the Stand Up Comedy Club in Bellflower, California. I've got a bunch of hilarious comics on there. Come to that.
And please come to my shows too. It's everything's on jasoncheny.com, and please come to my shows. I need people to come to my shows. Thank you.
Oh, I got a podcast here called Dogs of Browntown. I do it with Hormos Rashidi and Joel Jimenez. We're just 3 brown dudes who talk shit.
That's nice.
All right, check it out. Follow me, whatever you want to do. Thank you. See you guys next time. Peace.